on money. Your money has been sitting for 4 days doing absolutely nothing. Overseas, they were training rather busily over the weekend, and that means, yeah, things have changed a little bit. We got news events for the morning as well. Let's go downtown and talk about them with Phillip Statler from Statler Financial Services. Phillip, good morning. How are you?
Hey, good morning, David. Doing well today. I hope that you had a great Thanksgiving. It was a little quiet at my house, but still had some good turkey.
Yeah, it was nice for me. I got together with some church friends and had a very interesting Thanksgiving dinner. Enjoyed myself immensely, and it became an absolutely wonderful weekend. So I'm glad yours is pleasant as well. A lot of the social distancing and travel restrictions kind of messed with an awful lot of family get-togethers, though. I saw a lot of Facebook people posting, "Oh my gosh, it's lonely," but it was still a wonderful Thanksgiving, and it sounds like a lot of folks had the same experience.
Yeah, I think so, which is good because that, I think that becomes important. My fear is that about 2 weeks from Thanksgiving, we'll see another big spike in COVID cases.
And I'm sincerely afraid of the same thing. Setting the table for the morning, Friday was an up day on Wall Street. We did okay on a light trading day. Dow was up by 38 points. NASDAQ continued its rapid rise, up 111. Standard & Poor's was up by a little under 9. And then we start the morning out with the usual gossiping back and forth among the businesses. So, how'd you do? And the news items I saw had that cyber sales have already, before we even got to Cyber Monday today, online sales have already set a new record. So folks were burning plastic on their cell phones, tablets, and computers all weekend like crazy, I gather.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, what else did you have to do, right? Because everybody wanted to be socially distancing, being prudent, trying to stay out of the stores, and nothing. Well, for the most part, nothing was really open Thanksgiving Day. So, hey, people had time to burn after they took that turkey nap to get up and start shopping on their phones.
Absolutely. And Walmart, I know among the dealers was taking advantage of that fact. They were closed for Thanksgiving Day, but they started their Black Friday doorbuster specials online at 7 o'clock on Friday evening. And word is by the time they opened up on our Thursday evening, and word is by the time they opened up on Friday morning, a whole lot of those doorbuster specials on the floor were already bought.
Yeah, that was the thing too. That a lot of that stuff was already gone when people hit the storefront. So, but hey, we've already seen that online sales have gone up this year because of COVID. Who would think Thanksgiving would be any different than more people shopping from the convenience of their couch while watching a football game than getting up and having to go get dressed and go to the store?
Absolutely. One of the things that I saw, and I don't know how much credibility it was because it's very early on for the totals, but one of the chain stores said that their traffic sales, their brick and mortar sales, while their online sales went through the roof, their actual store traffic sales were down by like 52% from what they expected. And anecdotally, I can back that up. I had to do my usual Sunday grocery shopping. And I'll tell you, walking into Wally World, because there were a couple of things I needed on my shopping list that I could only buy there, it was kind of funny. It looked like a routine Sunday morning there. There was just, the crowds they weren't absent, but it sure didn't look like a Thanksgiving weekend shopping crowd to me at 9 or 10 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Well, and that's probably true. And I think that, again, that's the prudence of people, doing their online shopping and not getting out and into the stores to hopefully protect themselves.
Absolutely. Another sign of the times, there's an IPO that's starting out this week on Wall Street, and it's one of those businesses you never would have bet 5 years ago had any future, but now DoorDash is going public. Their IPO, they figure, is going to net them $27 billion worth of equity investment when they get started from a business that, I'll bet you a nickel 5 years ago you wouldn't have suggested an investor that you were working with ever even think about buying.
You're absolutely right. It's one of those things that, let's face it, COVID has been a big help to companies like DoorDash. And to think that they're going to come out and be something like a $20+ billion company is incredible. Now we'll have to see if going forwards, if their earnings and their revenue will support that stock price, because hype will get you when they come out in the IPO, but you got to continue to earn money and be profitable for folks to keep buying you.
Absolutely. And those food delivery services, I would suspect anyway, probably are going to be evaluated down the road as mature businesses because they took off so fast with an intact customer base. They might be expected to perform a lot faster than the average startup does.
Well, and that's probably true because we've had so many other companies kind of start doing that, like Uber and now Lyft getting ready to start that. So it's not those guys kind of laid the groundwork. So it's not really a newer business. And plus, some companies have their own delivery service already built in.
Absolutely. It's one of the things that businesses cope with the fact that more people are eating out and shopping at home instead of it actually being in brick and mortar establishments. As I said, it's kind of one of those mind blowing experiences. You look at a business doing an IPO with a $27 billion expected value. And it's a line of work that, as I said, 5 years ago, none of us would have bet a plug nickel had any value in the marketplace.
Yeah. So, hey, we do have some other stuff coming up other than just retail,
Yep.
Moderna has made their application for emergency clearance of their vaccine. So we'll see how long it takes that to hit the roads. I also saw over the holidays that that they were starting to move around strategically the Pfizer vaccine. That they're putting it in different places so that it'll be readily available once they get the approval from the FDA to go ahead and start administering it.
True, big headlines. They contracted with one of the major airlines to certify them to be able to transfer millions of doses of the Pfizer vaccine, and it's in place as soon as they get permission. They're ready to do a chunk of it, with Moderna also being planned, with a planned pre-stock ahead. That's all very good news for our the upcoming year ahead.
Yeah, it is. And I think a couple of the headlines I've seen is that basically the outlook, because that's where we are now, right? We're in the last month of 2020. And so now we're really looking ahead to 2021. And from what I've been able to gather, most of the outlook for 2021 has been kind of positive.
Absolutely. Well, with two of the vaccine manufacturers, and Moderna is the one that's gotten both of us a little bit more excited because it doesn't need to be kept at that it's like 70 below zero temperature like the Pfizer one does. If we can get those two brands both widely distributed, we can get at the very least the first level, first responder, healthcare worker, that population, get them vaccinated quickly. That'll take an awful lot of the edge off of this thing and allow us to get down into the senior citizens that are also at risk, and that'll give us all a breath of relief.
It definitely will, Dave. So that's true. That's I think so. So one of the things I saw was, a lot of times we look at a Santa Claus rally heading into December, and now they're saying that may not happen because we had kind of a record-breaking November in the stock market.
Absolutely. And we're looking at, it looks like a little bit of a profit taking day today, but we certainly aren't tanking by any measure early in the morning on the first full trading day after the Thanksgiving holiday. The other bit of information that comes out is it was kind of interesting. I was looking at the winners, losers, and the re-ratings that are going out. The big brokerage houses looked at our travel over Thanksgiving weekend, and they all downrated all of the major airlines. What I found intriguing was the little regionals like Mesa Airlines and contractors are the big ones that do the short hops. They were all getting re-rated upward. I'm not sure what to make out of that, but in terms of investment quality, the big airlines are not favored, but the little ones seem to be doing okay.
Well, I wonder if, and this is just kind of a wonder, but international travel that the big boys do is still very, very limited. And they got so much overhead and so much legacy behind them that it's tougher for them to be profitable under the current circumstances. The regionals, smaller, can be more nimble, and can cut and add staffing as travel increases. So that may be a plus up that they have.
That might very well be it. I mean, Mesa Airlines having to lay off a few flight attendants is not good news, but it doesn't make national headlines like Delta and American.
Well, that's true. So that is my rationale anyway for why the regionals are probably doing a little bit better than the legacies.
That makes more sense than anything I could cook up. That does add up. Resetting the table for the morning. Up day on the Dow, the S&P, and the Nasdaq on Friday. Well, it was a light volume day on Wall Street, but still it was green ink at the end. 45 minutes before a regular week begins, Philip. What are we looking at on the futures this morning?
Well, like you alluded to earlier, we have kind of a give back day today. The Dow 30 is down about 0.5%. The S&P 500 is down 0.25%, and Nasdaq is a little green. It's up about 0.1% right now. So that's how we'll kind of start the day. At least that's the way it looks right now. The commodity side is pretty much all red. We've got silver, man, the lowest I think I've seen it in a while is down to $22 an ounce right now.
It was really tanking on Friday too, and I wasn't clear as to why.
Yeah, I haven't seen, but that's down almost 2.5%. Gold is down below 1,800 at 1,770 an ounce. Some pretty big declines there over time, down almost 1% again today. And then crude oil is down a little over 0.1%, 45.46 a barrel.
And that's about where it was on both Wednesday and Friday when we chatted as well. Bonds are kind of interesting too. It looks like we're flying to safety still, even while the market is on its way up, because the 30 and the 10-year Treasury bills are both down by like 3 and 4 basis points this morning so far. So it's kind of a confusing day on Wall Street. Overseas markets, we got red ink in the Asian rim. All their markets were off. Hong Kong substantially this morning. Mixed bag in Europe, just a little either side of the zero mark while they wait to see what we're going to end up doing. Philip, we've got a big thing coming up on Friday down at your office in South Ridgewood, don't we?
Yes, sir. We sure do. And it's time to let the folks know what's going on. So, we do an annual community shred day. We had to move it because of COVID. We were originally scheduled to do that right after tax season, about May, but we had to push it off. And now we've rescheduled. It's going to be this Friday from 10 to 2. It's going to be a little bit different this year, Dave, because we're going to be socially distancing. We're going to have people stay inside their vehicles. We'll have people there to take their stuff out and go take it to the shred truck, and they can see it being shredded right there. We've got enough people coming to help us do that we'll just have probably a traffic jam of people coming through waiting to get their stuff shredded. But we're looking forward to that. And the other part of that is we decided this year, because there are so many people that are in need, that we're going to do a kind of a mini food drive this week. And all the food we collect will go to the mission to help them out during this time.
Absolutely. We appreciate it because we missed 1 week during our Thanksgiving and Heartland promotion too. So anything we can do to fill up the mission would be a wonderful thing. I'm going to be there as well. I'm looking forward to it, and I appreciate your hospitality every year. I'll be there at 10 o'clock, and we'll be broadcasting live over on our sister station, WWOJ, as well. The biggest reason that you exist, though, is to make sure people have a productive retirement. How do I find you to make an appointment to make sure the risk is out of my portfolio?
Then give us a call at 863-382-0037. They go to my website, statlerfinancial.com, and there's a link there. They can schedule an appointment if they'd like to. And they can always catch me on the weekend on the Statler Financial Radio Show, 6 a.m. at noon on Saturday, 10 a.m. Sunday morning on Highlands News Talk 730.
All righty. I thank you so very much, Philip, and we'll catch you tomorrow morning, all right?
All right, man. Sounds good. You have a great day.
You too, sir. It's 105.7 Light FM and Statler Financial Services, Philip Statler.
Hey, folks, a little technical difficulty today. Sorry about that. Dave had to call me on the phone. So we tried to make it work. Hopefully the audio will be okay, and you'll be able to catch something out of this show. Hey, thank you again for tuning in, and I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Hey, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow as we head in to the last month of 2020. Hey, have a great day. I'll talk to you tomorrow.